Good morning, everybody. I've been up early this morning, and I know some of you guys are still asleep. Some were just coming in from the night shift. But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you about loving people from where they are. Meaning just love them right where they're at. If they're on crack, if they're on meth, if they're over 600 pounds, if they loving them from where they're at, if they're homeless. God is constantly asking us over and over again in the Bible, and a lot of people when they you go to church and everything, it's just asking us to love. It doesn't cost anything to love somebody. But we must love them where they're at. I've had relatives that, were on drugs, and I have some that still are on drugs. But just dismissing them and disregarding them and throwing them away like trash, that's not the way. And no, they may not listen to you, but they might listen to someone else. Some people we have lost along the way, being attached to the drugs, and it's not something that's easily dealt with the families or the person that's hooked on them. But we must love them for where they're at right now. Who knows on down the road, God can bless them and they can get off. And you never know when the last time that you can see that person alive, living and well. A lot of people, they've gotten off of drugs and they turned out to have a beautiful life. But they have to have that chance. We have to give them those chances. The people that you see that's on, as they say, skid row, or people that's homeless, you don't know what they did to get there. What challenges life thrown at them, and they just couldn't take it mentally. We don't know. So we can't just up and poke fun of people. Those people that don't dress like us. Should say some of us that's fancy clothes and nice purses and all of that. Maybe that mini skirt that you saw them come to church in or came to work in, maybe that's all they have. Did you ever think about that? That may be all they have to go to church in. That might be all that they had to go to work in. You can't just talk about people and dog people out. I went to this one church. I invited a friend to attend with me, and when she came, I told her, I said, the Bible said, come as you are, and I told her, come as she was, and she said, well, I don't have no dressy clothes, and I don't have no fancy clothes. I told her, it's okay. It's okay. Come, girl, come as you are. Let's just come on. And she came in with a skirt. That's what it was called. A skirt. The skirt with the shorts underneath. But it wasn't something that was riding all up her little butt cheeks or anything like that and had things hanging out. And as soon as my friend came into the church that I invited her to, someone came over and just immediately threw something over her and walked out. Didn't say, are you chilly? Are you cold? Do you mind? Just threw something over her. And as soon as she did that was a wrap. The girl got upset. She threw it back off her. She asked me who was that and who does she think she is. And I said, don't pay no attention. I'm thinking that was that. We're going to leave that alone because, first of all, you don't do that. You don't know who that person is. That woman could have slapped the fire out that lady's face. My friend could have slapped fire out her face. But she didn't. But still, you don't know these people. And how are you showing yourself freely throwing a blanket over somebody or a sheet? And it's not like she was up there on front row, because she wasn't. You have to be careful. But like I said, she didn't come back. She didn't come back again. There's just one example right there. You have to love the person for where they are, meet them where they're at. I seen a homeless man. He was in St. Louis when I was working over there. The man, he looked homeless. He had big, huge dreads in his head. He had like a filthy, big, long coat, and he smelled a little bit. And it was freezing outside. And the guy had made sandals, okay, out of cardboard and some plastic bags. Now this was years ago, before everybody started putting it on Facebook, TikTok, and wherever else they want to put it. But this man made these sandals a long time ago out of some Snooks bags and some cardboard that he found. And he made flip-flops. But it was freezing outside. And God put it on my heart to get that man some money. Whatever change that I gave him, the little change I gave him, he walked right into the store that I was working at, bought him some Reebok tennis shoes, and put them on his feet. Now, mind you, Reebok lasts for a long time. Okay, so the guy I was working with, he said, so people give him money. This what he do. He come up here and buy the most expensive tennis shoes that he can find. Man, are you crazy? First of all, Reeboks are not expensive. Secondly, he knew that shoe lasted a long time, so he wouldn't have to go be trying to panhandle or scrape and scrimp to try to go find nothing else. Those will last him a long time, and his feet was going to be warm. So, does it matter? Love people for where they are. We don't know how he got to be homeless. We don't know any of that. Just love them for where they are. And our loved ones, like I said, that's on crack or alcohol or different things like that, you may think you know how they got there or what turned them to doing what they're doing, but you don't know the whole thing. The only person that knows that is that person and God. And something happened within their lives and their mental state that took them there. And some of them, alcohol, so they're thinking alcohol and drugs, it just relieves them of all pain. All the agony, and they don't have to think about it anymore. But once it wears off, it's back. Right now, they don't know how to handle it. Right now, they don't need you and don't want you talking to them, trying to convince them how wrong they are, how stupid they are, how ignorant they are. You don't love your children if you're doing this. You don't love your husband if you're doing it. You don't love your wife. You need a job. Stop being lazy. All of these things is dealing with the mind. It's a mental thing. They have to get the mental thing together first. Stop shoving all this stuff at them at one time. Let them get the inner man together. Let God work with them on that. God helps them get the inner man together. And Lord willing, everything that they're going through, it'll be okay. It will resolve itself. They don't need you poking fun. They don't need you to constantly remind them of what a bad person they are. They don't need that. They need love. Show them that you love them. Like my big mama used to say, you can show love through food, cooking. The ones that, that's in need of food, that's hungry, feed them, cook some food, take it over, feed them. Sometimes it's just a companionship. If you have a vehicle, or even if you don't, catch a bus or a train with them sometime and just ride. Go pick them up sometime and just drive around a little bit. All they want to do is have some companionship. Sometimes that little gesture right there, that'll turn them around. Let them know that everything's going to be okay. That they don't have to keep doing this drug or drinking this wine or whatever else they drinking to, just cover up all the pain and agony that they're going through. Love the people for where they're at. And then sometimes before you open your mouth, pray and ask God to give you what to say, people. Please. I know I'm guilty. I have been guilty of saying some things sometimes, and I think, it was the right thing to say at the time. I didn't see God. I just up and just opened my mouth thinking I'm right. And it was the wrong thing to say. Pray and ask God to give you the right things to say at the right time. That's what I do now. I ask God to give me the right thing to say at the right time and to the right people. Sometimes it's not you. You the relatives. They don't want to hear from you sometimes. Yes, you may think you're right, and you may be right. But they need to hear from somebody else sometimes. You not the one. Yes, you may be in church, all up and through the pipes. But sometimes it's not meant for you to give them that word of wisdom. It's not meant for you to guide them in that way. And sometimes, you know what? It's the line has been drawn with you. You have taken them as far as they can go, and now it's up to that person to talk to God and ask God to have the right person come in their lives. You never know. All I'm saying is love the person from where they at right now. It could be prostitution. Somebody, is swinging on a pole. Somebody stripping or dancing. They need love. And no, I'm not talking about, having sex. I'm not talking about that. The intimacy. Intimacy as far as giving hugs, spending time with them, sitting next to them, talking to them. There is nothing wrong with you talking to them. They need some companionship. Go to museum. Go to the zoo. Go look at some artwork. Just take a walk here. Look at nature. Walk around in the mall. Walk around in the store. Anything. A lot of this mouth is very deadly. And it can actually kill a person. It can. Slowly but surely. It can. So let's be mindful and love people for where they're at right now at this moment. I love you no matter where you are, what you're doing. I love you. And God loves you too.